Got a great show for y'all tonight. I'm really excited about it. Hope everybody's having a great July 10th, enjoying the day and everything. Um, like I said, I got a great show for everybody. About ready, just want to go over a couple of things here. My sponsors here. Let me go over my two sponsors here real quick with you all. The first one is All Good Computers on 8101 Preston Highway here in Louisville, Kentucky. Go check them out. They keep your computer tight. They keep mine tight. And the second sponsor, more than anything, is the Smile Center. My dentist, 7405 New LaGrange Road. Tell Dr. Kane I sent you. He'll work with you. All right. He says you can see that was my little junior big head went by me. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I got a great guest for you tonight. I wanted to do something that was more related to what I was doing this week. So I had a show this past Thursday at the Downtown Loft here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I got to do it with a good comedian friend of mine. He's been all over the United States doing comedy, been doing it for a long time. And a real good friend of mine. He's one of the realest comedians I know. One of the best friends I could even ask for as a comedian. I've even learned some things from him. He even opened up for Cat Williams, but I'm gonna let him explain himself to you all a little bit. But I'm just so glad to have him on the Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast. Also, we're on YouTube, so if you can't get us on Facebook Live, check us out on YouTube. Without further ado, let me bring in my comedian, one of the most realest comedians, and we just got through doing a show downtown Loft here in Louisville, Kentucky. Y'all show some love for the one and only my good friend and my guest today, Mr. Money Making Mitch is what he called himself, but I'm calling him Eric Kimbro. Y'all give it up for him coming to my podcast. What's up, Kimbro?
Yo, what's up, lovers, baby?
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Money
Making Mitch in the building, baby.
Yeah. You changed your name up for me a little bit. I'm just telling the people a little bit about you, but where I do my podcast is I always let people explain themselves, their resume about themselves, which I already talked a little bit about you, so they already love you. So, but go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself. So,
well, first off, my name is Eric Kimbro. All my friends call me Kimbro, so I changed my name to just Kimbro. I'm no longer Eric no more, just Kimbro. That's my thing, man. You know what I
hear you. Switch it up.
Man, it's like I tell everybody, like most people know, man, I'm a national touring comedian and shit. I tour everywhere. I headline, I close out shows, whatever you want to call it. I headline, I close out shows. I done work with some of the biggest names in the game. I done work with Cat Williams, Mike Epps, some more. All the way down Lil Duval. I done work with DC Curry, you know.
There you go, write them down.
Louisville legend Spike Davis, done work with him. You know, anybody pretty much black out there, Michael Collier, I done work with him. You know.
Me too, yeah.
Anybody pretty much black and famous out there, I done work with it once upon a time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Say, you know, I'm the guy that comes out first that y'all don't know. And y'all be like, dang, he was funny. Who was that? You know what I'm saying?
Up. Yeah, that's what's up.
That's me.
Okay. That's what's up. So now the people know about you and everything, which is great. Like I told them before, you already, open up a lot of big names and everything. And I'm just happy to have you on my podcast. And but like I said, I want to go over a couple of things, just a couple of things, which because I know I've been through some things too. And some of these questions / statements are kind of related to both of us as far as what we've been through in this comedy game. You know how that goes. But I want to talk about this one first because it's more political. It's a little bit political and everything else. Because I seen when the Breonna Taylor thing was really fresh when it first happened, and I seen you down there marching with other people doing the social justice thing for Breonna Taylor. But I just want your advice on two things on this. It's kind of like a two-part question. I'm going to put it on this banner here. But basically, I just want your not that one. That's the wrong one. My bad. I just want your opinion on how COVID-19 has changed up entertainment. Also, I want your opinion on how it's affected social justice has affected entertainment as far as what we do between stand up and acting or whatever. So.
Oh yeah, well, shoot, man. Well, first off, let's just go with the first question. How's COVID-19 changed entertainment? Yo, that's a great question. It has changed it. To me, it's changed it drastically, especially coming off of last year where couldn't nobody work, couldn't nobody go out, couldn't nobody see no live comedy or concerts or shows or whatever. You know, you couldn't even go to football games or nothing, basketball games or nothing. So I think that COVID-19 is changed entertainment drastically. For one, let's just stick to our arena as comedy, man. You know, it let me know, and it made a lot of people know that you can't be a one-trick pony. Like you
Nope.
can't just be good on stage and not have no social media presence. You can't, like a lot of people is traveling around here, like a lot of these dinosaur old comics. They're like, man, I don't do that social media. I'm cool. I got the club. I just go to clubs, do that. Nah, what you had to learn, man, is social media is the wave. A lot of people, I talked to a lot of comics and they became millionaires off social media last year, just off the content that they had put up there previously before COVID-19 changed. So what it did, it made all of us have to redirect, man. Believe it or not, 99.9% of the comics are very smart people.
Oh yeah.
And, and most of us knew at that very moment we had to pivot. Most of us came up with an online show. Most of us started doing sketches. Shout out to people like Country Wayne who absolutely changed the game.
Yeah,
absolutely changed the game.
Them sketches on
online.
What
I'm saying? His sketches, nobody's putting them out like he's putting them out. Nobody's doing them like he's doing them. And probably ain't nobody getting paid doing them. Well, he get paid.
He's definitely getting paid. Yeah.
So he's in a testament to social media. The how entertainment has changed. Entertainment was going to the internet anyway. It was going to social media anyway.
It was. Yep.
But with that COVID, you had to do it because everybody has a phone. Everybody, they're a button away, and he found out a way to come into everybody's house every night. He let me know one thing. He let me know 2-3 things for real. You don't need Hollywood. You don't need a TV show. You can create a TV show every day on your phone.
That's right.
You just got to have the patience and willing to do it. You got to sit down and have the wherewithal to do it.
Right.
And you just got to pivot, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to pivot and make that move. And so with me, my pivot was I'm straight stand-up comedian. I call myself a tweener.
Okay.
I'm not from the old comedy school, and I'm not really in the new comedy school. Like where the old comedy school, where you used to have to just get in your car and drive and go showcase 7 minutes, hope they like you, drive somewhere else, showcase 7 minutes, hope they like you, go do an open mic all over here.
Old school grind.
Louisville, yeah. I'm from the old school grind, but I'm in the middle because I do the social media. And the social media grind is like, hey, bro, we ain't got to go nowhere. We going to give you this shit online. You like it, you see it, you do it. We get followers. The more followers we get, bam, we book.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's true. So I'm caught in the middle. Like I like the social media, but it's like I have to think about it. I have to think, oh, let me do this. Let me do this.
Right.
I'm from the old school. Hey, I'm not that good on social media.
You're on social media right now. Right. You're doing great.
But that's what I'm saying. But as far as making content and doing that,
right.
But if you come to my show and see me on stage,
right,
I can guarantee I'm that dude on stage. you know what I'm saying? Like I'm that dude on stage. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. And it's like, we had to learn to pivot, and it also taught this COVID-19. It taught everybody, to me, patience. It's patience, because it's the first time a lot of people had to sit at home, and it's the first time I started a thing on social media called the Red Robe Chronicles.
Yes,
so that's why I sit right here in my robe. Boom, read my red robe. I done bought the LLC. I done bought all that.
Right.
And I started doing it, but I had to be patient and do it consistently every day. I did it every day for like 8 months until I finally built up that audience.
Clientele,
where people was tuning in every day. At first it was 5-6 people. I thought that was lit. I had 10 people on it. Like, lit. I had 10 people watching this. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? Then it went up to 50, then 100. Then it went from getting like 200 views to 3,500 views to 5,000 views. Sometimes it be back down to 1,900. It just depends on rainy days. It gets a lot more views than it does on sunshiny days. I had to be patient and learn the game and the analytics of social media. I reached out to a few of my friends who are big on social media and asked them what was their formula and what would they do. And they like, hey man, do this, do that. Right. And that's how it goes, man. So that's how I feel that changed.
Right.
Entertainment, as far as the COVID.
What about on the social justice thing? Because like I said, I seen you down there marching for Breonna Taylor, which I think is great because people don't realize one of the best and the most smartest and funniest comedians was Dick Gregory, and he was definitely one of the most biggest black actors I knew as a stand-up comedian.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I got to talk about it. So go ahead and talk about a little bit about that too, because I
Oh
like Dick
man, it's
Gregory.
like so I met Dick Gregory once, man. I met him. Yeah, I met Dick Gregory. I got a picture too. I had to find that picture.
Okay.
Well, look, it's in my phone. Shit. I mean, I'm sorry, I mean,
you all right?
but,
You all right? This is free will podcast.
I can cuss on here. Good.
I mean, you cuss on here. Yes, free
I
will.
Gotta think what I ain't gotta think about what I got to say.
It's a light skin podcast. You can cuss.
Right. Okay, give me a couple sample cuss words, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do it first. I don't need you
well, I
setting
don't know.
me up.
I got a couple of church members watching too. I got to watch some of them.
Man,
Not just kidding. Nah,
they be the main ones cussing.
You know what? You're right.
They be like, "Hurry the fuck up, preacher."
You know what?
My pot roast getting cold.
I got macaroni and cheese at home waiting.
Right. But man, man, it's the protests, the social justice.
Okay.
With man, as you know, I got in it deep. I got in it deep, bro.
You did.
I was,
yeah.
I'm the modern day Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Dick Gregory. I'm all rolled into one.
Right.
I believe turn another cheek, but I turn the other cheek and smack the other side of your face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey man, one thing I learned, and I'm gonna get to the root of this thing, is this is a whole new age, man. This is a new age. All that white supremacy and all of that, like, it's deep now because it's modern. It's technical. Like, people are doing it with technology and they doing it with jobs. They can't outright do it. They try to march, they try to do this. But these young blacks and these young whites,
know where you going.
hey, they don't give a damn.
Right.
They
about the human race.
They about the human race.
Yeah, and they rights, the human race and their rights.
Yeah, they about their rights. They about each other.
Yeah.
They about each other, man.
Yeah.
They ain't with all that old school. See, you gotta think, man, the people who's running this shit, they from the old school. So they still stuck in them old school ways, but they got these new kids, this new school babies who's like, yo, I like black music. And matter of fact, they like it ain't even no black music, it's just music that they listen to. They like, I like black music. The little chicks is like, I like black dudes. The black dudes like, I like the white girl.
Right.
And like, cause I seen all that shit down there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen all that shit down there. And they
human
was
race
like,
thing.
and then they was like, these are my friends. You're not getting ready to talk about my friends. You're not getting ready to come down here with that white supremacist shit.
Right,
like, they was on their ass, boy.
That's what's up.
And it's a whole new wave, man. People's not with that shit. Life right now, 2021 and 2020, 2019, life is hard enough as it is. Economically, financially, all of that shit. Life's hard enough as it is. People's going to work every day and can barely keep their lights on. How you go to work every day and you broke?
Right.
How you go to work every day and you can't pay for the shit you got?
You're right though, and the people who ain't working, they can pay for this stuff because they get paid now. So it's crazy. It's kind of the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
It's opposite. It's like, look, if they threw me unemployment and all this shit, I won't work either.
Exactly.
Like,
I feel you on that,
shit, bro.
I feel you.
I'm gonna stay at home. My back hurt. My knees hurt. Shit, I'm tired of waking up every morning. I want to wake up when I want to wake up.
Right.
I want to go to sleep when I want to go to sleep. I don't want to do all of that extra shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when you feed a bird.
I don't want to do none of that shit.
Right.
It's like, man, I got some people coming in.
You good. It's like when you feed a it's like when you feed a bird.
Say what's up.
What's up? It's like when you feed a bird. It's like when you feed a bird.
I live in a boarding house.
Boarding house.
And we all share the same bathrooms and shit. You know.
We're good. We're good. That's saving you on rent. Saving you on rent.
No, they don't pay nothing.
They don't pay nothing.
They just there. Paying in this boarding house.
Man, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what you about, man. Helping other people out.
But I don't want to though.
I know you know. I'm right with you on that. I don't want to either.
Nah, but man, but the thing with this social justice, man, like you know, like, man, I try to keep my ear to the streets. You know, I'm not like a street nigga or a street guy.
Go ahead.
Street dude. Right. But I'm a real dude. I keep my ear to the streets. I be in the streets and all that, man. Right. And with this social justice, I've seen it firsthand. Being down there in the protests, man, I've seen how the police, they come and they stand and they and it's like they poke you, 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 they poke you till you clock out. So what was happening with this whole Breonna Taylor stuff? We down there being peaceful. And I mean, you always got a few ignorant
Bad
people in the
apples. Yeah, a
bunch.
couple
Yeah,
bad apples.
definitely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
nothing over the top. For the most part,
Exactly.
down there, everybody's peaceful. It was more
Good.
like a unity thing, man. People's
Mm-hmm.
just down there crying. People's down there praying. People's down there coming together. I done seen
Right.
people get baptized down there at the square
Mm.
where we
Right.
was holding, you know.
Mm.
I done seen people get off drugs down there and try to change their life. I done seen people who weren't nobody become leaders down there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we
Exactly.
down there being peaceful. Then the police would just come out of the blue. They would show up with riot gear. They would show
Right.
up with Louisville Slugger makes the police stick
Okay.
out of how they make the bats.
Right.
So they got these big Louisville Slugger sticks.
Right.
You know, and you know that bat would be solid.
Man, it'd be
you know
solid.
What I'm saying?
It'd be Rodney King solid.
Right. Then, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real, yeah.
Yeah.
Police be down there with face covers and shields and all that. Then all of a
Right.
sudden, man, the news would be down there, and then the police chief or whoever would be running it. It would look like a war zone. They would have armored trucks and everything. Then they would tell the news people to leave. And then when they tell the news people to leave, they start beating the shit out of the protesters.
Wow.
And then they locking everybody up. And then they throwing charges on you for assaulting the police, resisting arrest, unlawful gathering, stepping on the grass. You know, all the shit we was down there protesting for, they would lock you up and put them charges. It's so systematic down there, man.
Yes, what I was going to say. Yep.
Like I had two friends. I had a white guy and a black chick. They both was filming. They both down there filming. They got locked up 5 feet apart the same night.
Wow.
Police chased them. Boom, locked them up. He got a misdemeanor charge. She got a Class D felony.
What?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. See, right there.
And that's the thing. We was down there fighting for that, but in the midst of fighting for that, it happens. You know what I'm saying? So in that Breonna Taylor stuff, man, it was so deep, bro. It's like when I first went down there, I wasn't going down there to get all enthralled in it, man.
Right.
But when you go down there and you start seeing what's happening, something in you, man.
Yeah.
It's like I tell people all the time, it got to be in you. It can't be on you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And it was just in me to go down there every day. And I marched and I protested every day. And, you know, I fought for justice. I got pepper sprayed. I got flashbang. I got chased by the police.
Man.
You know, thank God they never arrested me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you're all right. Yeah, because they can always go in a different direction.
I was fast, nigga. I was fast. I ain't gonna lie.
You was fast, huh?
I was fast. Them little young dudes was like, OG, you was moving. What you see? What you talking about, man? I ain't got time to go to jail. I got shit to do in the morning, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Plus, I can't be in jail. I gotta take blood pressure pills and shit. Man, I ain't gonna have my pills. I be done died in there, man.
You know, man. But you know what though, man? On the real tip, man. I like, and I'm glad you was down there doing it because it also gave other comedians, you know, you've been a comedian here and said it everywhere. I see other comedians see that and that reflects them. They like, okay, I need to get down and do something, be part of it. If they ain't down there, doing it some other way. Because the thing I got from more than anything, Kimbrough, was, and I think we're still working towards this, it's not about the race, it's about the human race. People always talk about race, it's about the human race. Treat a person as a human being and not as an animal. And that is what has always gotten me more than anything. If everybody was treated, everybody, especially our police, who's it systematically, if we could just treat everybody as a human being and not by the color of their skin or their nationality. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
The thing is, you got to think about it, bro. It's like the white supremacists and a lot of white people who claim that they're not white supremacists.
Right.
The average white man is down there against the average black person because their lack of knowledge. They're scared. And you got to understand, we're not fighting to be better or to get more. We're just fighting to be equal. So you got a group. Think of how crazy this is. You got a race of people who want to be equal to you, and you got the other race of people's like, nah, we don't want you to be.
Right.
Man, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You know, that is the craziest thing ever, bro.
Yep.
And what it is, and here's the bad part about it. I was talking to my friend about it. It's like, okay, we down there fighting for equal rights.
Right.
But we also fighting for equal rights for the white supremacist family too.
Exactly.
But they too ignorant to realize that.
Right.
Like, bro, we fight for the rights for shit that might happen to your kids or your people.
Exactly.
Too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They so mad. They don't see that side of it.
You know what?
They're so mad.
I'm gonna tell you, love, they ain't even mad. They scared, man. They scared, bro.
That too. Yeah, that too.
They're scared that we gonna get something that they feel they feel like they losing something and we getting something that they not getting.
Right.
That's why, and I hate to go into political
No, you're
talk,
right. No,
but
you're right.
that's why Donald Trump won the presidency, because everybody else catered to they catered to the black woman,
Right.
or the minority black man, or the white woman.
Right.
Donald Trump, who'd he cater to? The average white man.
Yep.
They coming,
Sure
let's
did.
make America great.
Again,
They
that's
coming
right.
they coming to take your girl. They coming to take your job. They gonna move in your neighborhood. It was a fear factor. That's why you seen in Virginia, Charlottesville, all them white dudes marching with tiki sticks. That's why you seen in Philadelphia on the 4th of July, all them white dudes with black shirts, black polo shirts, khaki pants, black shoes, and masks and black hats on, march down the street in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? That's why, because they feel like they losing something. So when you go to the Breonna Taylor case, which breaks it all open, what usually happens, they usually break in somebody's house, kill somebody like that, boom, and swept up under the rug.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just so happened they released the 911 call that day. It was like George Floyd got killed Monday. They released the 911 call for Breonna Taylor on that Wednesday. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of all sparked. Yeah. It kind of all like enough is enough. It all sparked. And so with the Breonna Taylor case, it just wouldn't go away. Right. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't go away for the police. That's and then more and more people start finding out. And then he started being like, well, we got to do something. Right. Because she was somebody that people knew in the city. And also, she was a good citizen. She was an EMT. Right.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know, she was an EMT. She wasn't like no common thug out here.
Exactly.
That's how the white America, not all, but that's how white America, because I read all of the news station blogs. Oh, they the most racist people in the world. If you go read the comment on them news station blogs and stuff, they the most racist people in the world. You listen to the police scanner and all that. Oh, come on. But see, so what happens is what they typically do to black people. Okay, so they bust in here right now. They kill me. Boom. Right. Hey, I ain't never been to jail. Knock on wood. I don't have no felonies. I don't have no nothing. You know, I don't even drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke.
Like you. I don't drink. Nothing. Right.
So what they gonna try to paint me as? The angry black man. Yeah. Oh, he don't have a job. Where's he getting his money from? Oh, he hung around with some dude back in '89 who went to jail for cocaine. That must be what he's doing.
Right.
You know, then they'll reach back and be like, oh, his uncle was a crackhead. You know, his mama died, blah, 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 blah. He found pills and, you know, they'll do all of that stuff, man. And they try to paint that bad picture on you. So with her, all they could do was, hey, not the dude she was with then, but her ex-dude was a drug dealer. Exactly. Where was he at already? He was already in jail.
That's why I say it's just a whole lot.
You know what I'm saying?
You right on it, man. It's just they do that. Like I said, that's just I just want to touch a little bit on social justice, but that's what they do systematically. A lot of times we get weird things, and we just trying to make it better. That's why I said earlier, I'm talking about the human race is what's important, and hopefully nothing else from this. We start treating the human race better more than anything, especially our homeless people, because I read thing about them, man. There's a lot of black. So, but I want to touch base too on this here. Seeing that you've been on a lot of different stages, man, as a comedian, man. And I just need to hear one of them, man. I don't know if you see the statement, though. It's just a comedian backstage story. Because, a lot of times we backstage or we doing whatever. And I got one or two comedian backstage stories. But
oh man, I know
you got. I know. Just come on, let them go. Because see, the people need to hear this. The people don't know what we go through backstage before we get ready to perform, and they need to hear what we hear from other comedians and what goes down, whether it's funny or not, whatever. But just put it out there.
Man, I'm gonna tell you one time, man. So like, I don't. It's been a bunch of them, bro. Like,
I'm sure it is.
The most common one is like, when you're in the green room, and I don't really want to say no names because, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I don't want to say no names because I still have a rapport with most of them, but it's been an after the fact situation. Okay, you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So it's like, a lot of these famous people that y'all see.
Okay.
They
Okay.
real famous. Let's just say the most famous comedian in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Like Dave Chappelle.
Was at a show.
Okay.
Yeah, but not Dave. But not
Okay,
Dave.
not Dave, but somebody
But
else.
like,
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
most famous comedian in the world at the
Okay.
moment. They do movies and all that extra shit.
Okay. Okay.
So in front of everybody, they like, hey man, hey, how you doing? Like, hey man, it's good, man. Like, yeah, like see this guy. Oh, he's great. He's great.
Right.
Then as soon as everybody leave,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, man, let me slide a picture with you. You know what I'm saying? After the like, man, come on, man, get on away from me with all that, man. I ain't got time for that, man. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to this party, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, it's just a picture. Like,
right.
All right, hurry up. You know, it's that type stuff. And then but I tell you, like, man, one time I was in the green room and I was hosting, and I walk in the green room and there's other comedian in there, pretty good name shit.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm like, hey man, what's up, man? How you doing? He's sitting back on the couch, lean back, you know, and had his hand like this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, what's up? How you want me to introduce you? Right. He's like, huh? What? I said, how you want me to introduce you? Introduce me? Man, Def Jam, Comic View, Everybody Hates Chris, nigga, you know my credits. You know who I am, right? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like that, right?
Right.
So I go walk off.
Okay.
And the me, like, if you don't know me, you don't know. I'm confrontational.
I know you are. I know you.
I'm not confrontational. Like,
I know
I'm
what
not
you're
just
saying.
gonna walk up and start nothing.
Right.
But when you come off funny to me, I gotta address this shit.
Exactly.
And so I turn around and I'm like, what? I said, hey man, what's up? You got a problem with me or something? Because he been shitting on me the whole time. You know, real short, real smart comments and shit. And then I said, man, what's up, man? You got a problem with me or something? And he was like, huh? What? I said, you got a problem with me? And then he was like, nah, man, I ain't got no problem with you. I said, okay, cool. And then I started walking out and he said, what, you got a problem with me? And I turned around and I was like, nah, but you know, I said, nah, but it just seemed like you got an attitude every time I talk to you, like something's up. You know, I was like, fuck all this comedy shit. I'm from Louisville first. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Louisville niggas is different. I'm from Louisville first. Yeah. And then he was like, oh no, man, it's cool. It's cool. And so then after that, it got okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It got okay, man. But I tell you, one time I was working with DC Curry one time.
Okay.
Then why'd I say his name? I said his name because I ain't seen him since. But I was working with DC Curry one time, man. And I was like, damn, it's DC Curry. We was in two different cities, right?
Right.
And in two theaters and shit. So in the first theater, I get there, we in the green room, boom, they got food, they got chairs, they got boom, everything set up for the comics. Right. They got all the food, all this, little candles burning and all that. It's like behind the stage, rooms behind the stage. Okay. So you know what I'm saying? So we sitting in there, like me, two other people, or something like that. We just talking, little music, boom. Door opens, boom. It's this big nigga standing in the door. He walks, looks in. DC Curry steps in the door. Okay. So he look around, he whispered to dude. Dude walks across the room, I guess to see if it was another side, another chair, couch, whatever. Okay. Dude walks across the room, comes back, looks at him, shakes head. They walk out the door. So like 2-3 minutes later, I guess the promoters or whoever, I guess they said some of the promoters came in the green room. Okay. Got all the food, all the drinks, all the shit out the green room. I knew it. Okay. Took it out of there. So, and he went in a totally different room. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we just kind of looked like, what the fuck? We started laughing and shit, right? Right. Like, damn, like he didn't speak to none of us. He didn't nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? So matter of fact. Oh man. It was me, him. I think Spike Davis was the host. Okay. And then it was some chick's son. So when DC Curry came out on stage, and I killed it that night. Like I killed the shit. I don't never say I killed it, but I killed it. Okay. And when he came out, he said, "Yeah, man, give it up for the other comedians. Give it up for Spike Davis, man. He's doing a hell of a job. He didn't acknowledge me. He didn't shit. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
right.
Motherfucker didn't say my name. He probably didn't know my name anyway. But he wasn't even like give it up for the other comedian or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which I get it sometimes, yo. So then I was like, I ain't tripping. So
Okay.
the next night we was in a different city, right?
Right.
We're in a different city, and this is more like it had a stage and all that, but it was more like a club or some shit. But
Okay.
it had a big stage in it, whatever. And they
Mm-hmm.
had chairs. They had chairs. They had everything. They had a VIP section up on the stage. And shit was set up good. You had a little bar. So in the back of the room was like the bar, right? Then behind the bar was like the green room. But it had,
Okay.
you know, I got the slots in the window where you could look
Yep.
out to the stage, right?
Please. Mm-hmm.
Shit sold out.
Right.
Sold
Cool.
out. Standing room only, right?
Okay.
So, dog, I go do the shit. Boom, boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom. The host does the shit.
Right.
So I get off stage.
Okay.
I come back and man, I'm by myself.
Wow. Okay.
Green room's huge, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So green room, it got big screen TV set up, and then over there,
Mm-hmm.
you got a couch and a pool table, right?
Okay.
I'm over here up at the front.
Right.
Boom, looking at the stage. Like I ain't even tripping.
Right.
Dog, so he's in the back over there. So when he comes in the back over there,
Mm-hmm.
the host or whoever's on stage,
okay,
they going in, whatever.
Mm.
It was like I think it was 4 of us. So it was a host. It was somebody doing 20, then me,
me
then
the
him.
feature me
Some
head.
shit
Okay.
like that, right?
Okay.
So I'm waiting. So then the security dude, which I talked to him the night before because we had an after party after the other show.
So you're okay.
Yeah, so he was cool. So then he's in the green room. It's DC Curry, whatever.
Right. All right.
He comes up, taps me on the shoulder, say, "What's up, E man?" I'm like, "What's up, boy? What's going on?"
All right.
He said, man, I ain't trying to be an asshole and shit, man. But
here it comes.
But DC said, man, you got to get out of the green room. And I look back, like,
right.
I look back like way across the room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I look back like way across the room. Like, dog, we probably 50 feet apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look back and I said, I gotta do what?
Right.
He said, you gotta get out of. I said, I gotta get out of the green room.
Right.
I said, hey, bro. I said, ain't nobody even in here, man.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying? I said, ain't
nobody
even in here. I said, I'm just looking at the show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And he said, yeah, it ain't me, man. DC wants you out the green room, man. So you gotta, I just gotta come over here and tell you, man. I'm sorry, man. I said, all right, cool. So I leave out the green room, and there's nowhere to stand in the showroom.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to go to standing room only, leave the green room.
Yeah, I'm standing room only. I'm standing outside the green room. It's like a little bitty hallway, dog. Like, okay, you know the hallway where the bathroom's at the comedy club?
Yeah.
It's smaller than that.
Ooh, that's real small.
It's like half of that is the hallway. You know what I'm saying?
That's small. Yeah.
So, and it's people right there.
Okay.
You know, like the security and the shit.
All them.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
So it ain't nowhere to stand out. So I just step out. You know, so excuse me. Stepping
on somebody's shoes so tight.
Yeah, then I'm just standing here, dog.
Oh, man.
I'm just standing here like with the crowd. Like, you know, they looking at you laughing and looking at you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. That's what I said, man. You see,
this is stupid.
It is, man, because I felt like there in that situation, I'm always about staying humble, but I know, and you know, more than anybody, some stars are not humble, some are. Some just depends. Like I said, in front of the TV, in front of the stage, they this way, you laugh.
They this way, they that way, bro.
When they get behind it, and I know they're human beings, I know they go through things, but let me just drop this on you real quick. What happened to me? This is a long time ago, and I definitely ain't gonna bring up no names. And it kind of happened here in Louisville, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But it was a nice, it was a big comedy thing, and I never forget like yesterday. You know how you have, like you said, you have the headliner, you have the feature, and you might have somebody open before him, and then the host. Okay,
right.
Cool. All right, now I think I was right before the feature. Yeah, the feature act. It was a feature and the headliner, and it was a host. Yeah, I was right before the feature. Did my little 10 minutes. Boom, did what I had to do. The guy who went after me, he was so drunk. It wasn't even funny. No, I'll take it
Right.
back. I was hosting. No, I'll take it back. I was hosting. The guy that went after me, he went up, but then the guy featured went up. He was so drunk. I'm like, why is he so drunk? His act wasn't even good. But come to
Right.
find out through another comedian, he said, man, he got him drunk. The guy who opened up before him got him so drunk to where he messed up his act. And then come the next show that they done together, he was featured, and the other guy was before him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is that deep or what? I'm just telling you, that's see what I'm saying? These are
But you
comedian
know what?
backstage
That's why,
stories.
man, when I be in comedy clubs, so much shit pop, I don't drink, I don't smoke,
I don't drink neither.
nothing, bro.
Right, I feel you.
They be like, what you got? They be like, you drinking all the time, dog. This is Big Red.
Straight water, straight water, right?
Yeah, and
straight
I do water in the club too.
Yeah.
I done
But
been in a situation where
he lost money. He lost money. He went from feature down to, you know what I'm saying? Lost money.
I was in a club where the owner came up to the manager and was like, oh, that Kimbro is so drunk. How much alcohol does he drink? And the manager's like, he said, hey man,
that's funny there.
he don't drink at all. Like,
right.
He ain't been getting nothing but Coke.
You drunk off water, water and Coke.
Like he don't even drink. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, look, he was telling me that I looked high and I talked slow. It's like, that's just him. That's him, bro.
But that's somebody ready to throw salt on you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. They do that all the time, man.
I know it, man.
Plus two. And I tell all comics this. I say, hey man, I know y'all like to drink and y'all like to have a good time and do all that. I said, but when you in a comedy club, so much he said, she said, and so much shit happens. Don't drink like that. Don't get drunk. I said, keep yourself at 2 drinks at the most.
Right.
Because what happens if you get in an altercation with somebody, or you have a disagreement with somebody, or even you might have a disagreement with the manager or the owner or the booker of the club, and the first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh, he was so drunk and belligerent.
There it is.
Been drinking all night." And I'm like, no. And I tell people, when I fall out with you, I'm in my right mind.
I know that's right.
So 9 times out of 10, you done really did something to cause me to act like this in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Because the first thing they want to do is blame it on you being drunk.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Blame it on you being high. And I'm like, hey, bro, I don't smoke, drink, or nothing.
Yep. But see,
go ahead.
No, but see, and this rolls right into my next statement of question, because this is what advice I've given to you. You right on it, Kimber. This is advice I've given to comedians first start. Now, what advice would you give someone who's trying to do stand-up? And this is what I always told them. If you first time doing stand-up, I will say this to you. Try not to do no beverages, no alcohol beverages, no drugs before you go on, because you're thinking it's going to calm you down on stage. And it really ain't. It's going to mess you up. It's going to be a lot worse when you see the spotlight. So you need not do nothing your first time. I would say the first couple of years, because you're not experienced enough to drink and go up there and do it. You're not a professional. So you need to, and I know some people that can drink and go up because they've been doing it 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Yeah. But if you just starting out, there's certain things and that's one of the things I tell them. I know you're nervous, but you do not drink or smoke and do no illegal smoking. I say, well, mess up your set. But
mess up your career, bro.
And your career before you even get started.
I done seen some of the biggest names in the game be so drunk on stage. I done seen them fall. I done seen them fall. I done seen the motherfuckers start crying on stage and start talking about their personal problems. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, yo, like this shit is crazy. I done seen one of my buddies so drunk on stage. He just stood on stage and ate the popcorn. He's like, oh, this is so good. For like 30 minutes. The shit was hilarious to me. Right. You know, to other comics, when you see other comics doing bad, it should be funny because you know what they're going through.
Exactly.
And we know it's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't. Nah.
But you hate to see it, but it'd be hilarious. Though.
It do, man.
But but I tell them, here's what I would tell. The advice I would give someone who's trying to do stand-up comedy: don't.
That's good advice.
That's simple, bro.
That's good advice.
Either it's in you, you or it's on you, baby.
If you like long, shitty hours, if you like getting booed a little bit every now and then, if you like not doing, it's a whole lot I can go down a list of, and you got a good point. Don't do it. Unless you just really, really love doing it, because
if you committed, if you willing to be committed, and you so passionate, and this shit's driving you, and you willing to put in hundreds and hundreds of hours, and the pay don't equate to the hours. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Then cool, go ahead. But it's so many people. I was talking to Lucius today.
Okay.
And it's one of the new little comics come around, And he always like, man, give me advice, give me this, give me that. Da, da, da. I said, hey, bro. I said, you've been coming around here for 3 months and only been on stage one time.
Wow.
Why are you wanting advice?
Thank you.
Like,
Just
why
get
are
up
you?
there.
I'm like, you wasted my time now. You could have been on stage. You
A
could have
lot.
been
3 months. That's a lot of stage time.
Yeah, I said, what am I supposed to tell you? I said, it's your first time. It's your first time now. I seen you one time and it was months ago. He was like,
Right.
yeah, what'd you think? I said, it sucked. It was your first time. What's it supposed to be? What am I supposed to say? You did good. You got
Right.
potential. I said, I don't know if you did good or got potential or not.
Right.
You only did it once.
Exactly.
You know? So I'm like, shit, bro. They want all the advice and they want all the they're killing me. They be like, I'm a comic. Like, how long you been doing it? Like, yo, it was my first time. I did it once back in December.
Okay.
Like, how many times you did it since then? I haven't. I just been right. No, you ain't been right, bro. Get out of here with that shit, man.
But you know what? That's why I tell them too, because I always look, because I had one comedian ask me, well, why did you get into stand-up? What was your first thing doing? They trying to go back to when I first started out. So I said, cool. And I know I'm one of the older comedians. It's all good. But long story short, I told them, I said, look, I got into comedy because it was best for me. I said, because at that point in my life, I was doing acting downtown in the college a long time ago. I got into acting. And I took to the stage because the guy was acting for the director. He said, man, you really are funny on stage with your acting. You might want to try some stand-up, and that kind of strengthened, maybe even strengthen your acting. Right. So that's the only reason why I got into stand-up. And here I am 20, 30 years later.
Well, boom. See, yeah.
You understand? That's why I got into it.
Like I have a minor in theater from college. Okay. I used to do acting and stage plays and all that. A lot of people don't know it because I'm a thug out in the streets,
right,
you know what
I'm
saying? And so what it was, man, I wanted to do comedy back in the day. People used to be like, man, you should do comedy. Like, even my teachers used to be like, you should do comedy. Like,
right.
She was like, you be so funny disrupting my class. I can't even be mad at you. And I'm like, I don't be trying to be funny. And that's what made it funny. But I used to be like, I'm too cool to do comedy. You know, I was like, I'm too cool for that shit. I don't want to do that. How stupid was I? I should have started back in 90.
Right.
And then I was doing acting.
Okay.
And so after 9/11, I moved to LA and all that stuff, man. But after 9/11, I thought I had something funny to say about the planes crash, and not even the planes crash, just about not flying the planes. Okay. You know, not riding on airplane. Long story short, my partner moved to Dallas. He's like, man, you should come visit me, da 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 da. And I was like, as long as Bin Laden's out there, you won't catch me flying a kite. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I was like, but I catch a Greyhound. You know, that became my running joke. So I was like, oh man, it's hilarious. I'm gonna try that. So when I went and tried to do comedy, like I sucked. Like the first time I sucked.
Me too. Oh
like,
man.
Yo, like it was so bad.
It was terrible.
It was so bad. Like they gave me like 3 minutes. I was up there for like a minute and a half. Didn't nobody laugh, didn't nobody nothing. I was just like, thank you. I was too embarrassed to say my name.
Right.
I walked off the stage, walked down the little hallway, went up the little steps, went sat in my car. Right. And I was like, man, that sucked. But I loved it though. Like,
the rush. Like, the rush.
I was like,
the rush.
Man,
the
rush.
Like,
this shit was so embarrassing. I was like, it was so embarrassing. But I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you keep working on your craft. And that's what the issue there.
So then it became a thing of I would see people and I'd be like, man, I'm funnier than them. I know I'm funnier than them just naturally. Like I'm funnier than them. You know what I'm saying? And so my goal became, I gotta learn how to be funny on stage. So that became my goal. But my whole goal starting out in comedy, and I tell people all the time now, I thought this was the biggest thing ever. I just wanted to host the open mic. I thought that was the biggest thing ever, man.
So you arrived, huh?
Yeah. Shit, I was doing that in 3 months. Like I just wanted to host the open mic. I thought that was the biggest thing. So once I got to host the open mic, then it was like, well, I want to host a regular show on the weekend. I want to host a regular show. Yeah. Shit, then I was doing that by goddamn 6 months in. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Like I was getting paid doing comedy 3 months in. My first gig was $50 for 7 minutes.
Okay.
That was my first gig. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I thought that was a beast. But I was like, what? Nigga, it's like $50 for 7 minutes.
Right.
So if I get paid $50 every 7 minutes, nigga, I'd be rich. You know, that's how
Right.
I was just
Exactly.
thinking. You know, I didn't know how it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so then after that, man, it just, each time you set a different goal. So it just became, first I wanted to do comedy. So I went and I did it.
Right.
Then I was like, damn, you know, these dudes on these open mics, man, I'm better than them. I got to find out how to be funny on stage. I want to be the best one at the open mic to where when everybody leave at night, they be like, man, you was the best one.
Right.
So then that shit start happening.
Okay.
So then after that, it's like, yo, I want to host the real show, man. I'm funny enough to do a show.
Yep.
So then I got that shit. Then it was like, after a while of doing that, like, yo, man, I want a feature. So then I started working toward that. Then it was like, shit, I can headline. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then,
man.
You know, but along the way, I mean, it sounds easy, but along the way, it was bumps in the road.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, definitely.
Niggas
definitely
got booed. Niggas,
right.
First time they told me do 45 minutes. You know, I couldn't really do it. I didn't have it. But I told them I had it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
I can do that. Yeah,
you know.
And then, man, then you just go from there, man. And then then you get stuck to where I was stuck to where I'm a headline. So I'm headlining. And then, you know, when people call me to feature, I'll be like, I don't know. But then I start doing it. Now I'm just at a point where shit, where you want me at on stage?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like, you want me to host, feature, headline.
Right. You doing it all, man.
Wherever you want me, man.
Keep doing it. But you know, I want to say this too. That show we just done, the Downtown Loft, and I've never been down there. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, man, that was a good show between me, you, Chris Connick, and Adrian. I had a great time. It was a great professional show. Even Craig Ewan, he liked it too. I just want to talk about how good it was because I just think it was a great show and everybody loved it, man. That's what I like. I like going to shows. I like being part of shows where everybody's a professional comedian and do a professional job on stage, and that way all the fans are happy and they've been entertained. Because I've done shows, and you have too, where only maybe 2 of the comedians are professional comedians, the other 2 just you know what I'm saying?
My show last night.
Yeah, right.
My show last night was 100% opposite of what we did on Thursday. Oh my God.
Sure it was. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. So, and that's a big difference, man, because to me, you know, I'm always about being professional. It irks me, and it's nothing against the younger comedians or the comedians who's trying to get there. I'm like, what do you do to prepare yourself before you come on stage? You just sit at home and smoke blunts all day or drink and get drunk. And you come here and you ain't got no material. And look at everything that's going on in the world today. And you had 2020 to sit back and write a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
There's no reason why nobody shouldn't come out with a damn encyclopedia full of comedy material if you're a comedian. I'm just keeping it 100.
If you watched my whole set, last Thursday. Thursday. If you watched my whole set, it was all from 2020.
That's what I'm saying. See,
my whole set was all 2020. See? But it wasn't timeless. It was my 2020 experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was my whole 2020 experience, bro.
Yeah.
And the people loved it. People's like, you need a special. You need a special. Yeah. Maybe I do. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying?
I'm just one of the comedians. I'm fearless on stage because I feel like what I got to lose being on stage. And like I was telling Adrian and Chris before I went up at night, I said, I got a couple of new jokes. I said, I'm gonna use them. I said, if they like it, fine. If they don't, it's fine too. I said, but here's the silver lining. I told them, I said, what good is writing something if you don't take it to the stage? Right. I said, I know a lot of comedians they come in there with packed full of stuff, all this paper. You ain't taking none of that to the stage. You got all that material. Ain't taking none of it. They're scared to take it to the stage. A lot of them scared to take it. If it don't work, they freeze up. But that's part of it. If it don't work, you know what you got to do: trim the fat, add some or whatever, delete, do whatever, or just get rid of it completely. But you'll never know if you don't take it to the stage.
Don't try it,
there you go.
You got, and that's what I tell new comics too. Like this guy last night was on the show.
Okay.
Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. Well, and here's what I'm saying. He didn't tell. No, he was just like, hey, what's up? That's my boy Mike. Hey, remember I was the homecoming king. She was the homecoming queen. Right. Remember, like, I'm glad y'all here. Like, look at me. I was like, I'm up here. You know, it was horrible. It wasn't no nothing.
Right.
And then I was like, man, how long you been doing comedy, man? Because he came up to me afterwards. He's just like, man, you know, I just, you know, and I ain't kissing my ass or nothing. Right. He was just like, man, I have no words, man. You legend, you good, you this. Oh my God, it was amazing, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Worst show I ever fucking been on, bro.
I heard you.
And I was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. Like,
Okay.
I show love and shit. I
Yeah,
was
exactly.
chilling.
Keep it humble,
And
right?
then he was like, man, what'd you think about my set? And
Mm.
I was like, man, I probably ain't the person you want to ask that.
Because I know you're gonna be real, be plain. You're
Right.
gonna be real. I know
keep
you.
it 100.
Right.
He's like, keep it 100. So I told him everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I get it. I said, so how long you been doing comedy?
Right.
And he said 5 years.
Mm.
And I said, okay. I said, you ain't been doing comedy 5 years. He said, yeah, it's been 5 years. I said, man, look,
that's terrible.
I said, I'm at every open mic. I'm at every show. I don't never see you. So it can't be 5 years.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I said, well, he said, I've been doing it 5 years. I said, well, okay, well, let me rephrase the question.
All right.
How much have you gotten on stage?
There you go. Yeah.
And he said,
all right.
Oh, I done did about 200 shows. And then right.
Really?
I said, man, you ain't did 200. Then his partner said, nah, man, you ain't did 200 shows, bro.
Nah.
Like, you ain't did 200 shows. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then he started talking. I said, well, look, man, I'm going to break it down to you. I said, you've been doing comedy for about 5 years. I said, but stage time-wise, you probably like 2 months in.
There we go. Now you're talking.
I said, now I'm just keeping it 100. Right. I said, this game is about getting on stage.
Put the work in.
Getting on stage.
Put the work in.
I said, I've been on stage probably more this week, and you've been on stage all year.
You know what? Let's keep it real.
I said, that's the difference, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say they comics or be like, yeah, I do comedy or whatever. And, and I use this too, and I tell people this too. A lot of people equate they should be getting paid just because they've been doing it X amount of years.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Oh my God. Don't even start with that one. I hear come back. Let me sip it to her. I lost him for a minute, but I'm gonna get him back here, y'all. I lost my guest for a minute, but I'm gonna get him back. That's a promise. He's back. He's back. I just had it. And he's back. So you get to talk about these comics like that, man. That messes with the internet. The internet don't even like it. It just shuts down.
Yeah.
they don't even like it. I lost him.
My battery was at about 6%.
I told the people you was coming back. But now here's what I want to go into too before I close out here. And let me talk about this first more than anything. But like I said, it really was a great show, the Downtown Loft, like I said earlier. But I want to talk about this more than anything because tomorrow's my mother's birthday. She'll be 83. Right. I'm truly blessed for that. And I'm gonna try to talk about this without getting too emotional because I know it, because I've been through a lot with just being who I am. And a lot of people, like you said, they see you on stage like, oh, you this and that, this and that. I get a lot of love, but like they don't know the blood, sweat, and tears that you go through that took you to get to that point, as well as with some family issues. So with that said, it takes a lot of work. So with that said, I just want to say first and foremost, happy birthday to my mother tomorrow, who'll be 83, Doris Brown. I love you. And second and more than anything, here's the question I'm coming to you with right now, because I know what you've been through through your life here recently. And like you said, you should have been on my show sooner. But I'm going to pop this question on her and see what you think about. See if you can. And how proud would your mother be of your entertainment accomplishment as of right now? And man, I know I'm putting you on the spot. I know I am.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Nah, man, my mother, she's very proud of me, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
She's very proud of me. Like, even before my mother passed, ironically, my mother passed the day I was supposed to do your show. I found my mother.
Right. You know it hurt me. It hurt me because I told the meet. I didn't know what it hurt me. So I get it.
Yeah. I remember you hit me and I just found her. And I was like, yo, man, I just found my mama, man. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do it or whatever, bro. And it's
it hit me too hard. I didn't. I was astonished.
Yeah, man. It's man. I don't know. I keep looking to the side because I got her urn and her pictures and her shit right
That's
there.
What's up. That's what's up. Yeah,
and her little tennis shoes and shit.
That's what's up.
But my mama, man, she's proud, man. She's proud of me. She's just proud of the fact that I was just a good dude.
Okay.
More than anything, you know what I'm saying? And that I'm trying to do what I want to do. You know, and if you know anybody know my family, know my mother's the funny one. I'm just the one who
I
can do it
heard
on
that.
stage.
I heard your mother's pretty funny. I heard
Yeah,
that.
my mama was the funny one. I'm
That's where
just the
you
one
got
who
it
can do
from.
it on stage, man. Like
Okay.
my mama takes over every room. She's the life of every party. Like
That's great.
all my friends were her friends outside of me.
Okay.
So like my friends could call her and talk to her and wouldn't have nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of mom I had, man.
Oh man, that's great.
You know, yeah, man, and it's a blessing. You know, you either look at it as half full or half empty, man. It's a blessing I had my mother as long as I had her.
I heard
You
that.
know, it's a blessing that I learned what I learned from her that I didn't know until after she passed.
Right.
You know, I didn't know everything she said was true till after she passed, you know.
Oh yeah, I seen
you,
that coming.
you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, when he passed, I learned a lot of stuff he told me. I didn't understand until he passed. I get
till
it.
he
I'm
passed,
with you.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
And the thing is, man, it's like I quit everything. Like I don't want to do nothing. My mom died. I don't want to do nothing. I still don't. It's like now. I'm like, man, I don't even want to do comedy no more. Keep it all the way 100. Like,
right.
I don't. But at the same time, like, I know if Mama was still here, I would.
That's what I was going to say. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I would.
Right.
So I'm just trying to keep that going, and that's why I'm doing all these shows now. People call me all these past 6 months, and I turned everybody down, and I just now started taking shows and doing them. Taking shows and doing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
time heals wounds. I tell people,
yeah. Well,
time.
you know, I don't even think with this, man, this is a hurt that you never experience. This is a hurt that you only experience one time real hard.
Right.
And you never get over it. I think about my mother every day, every morning. I was talking about this earlier. Every morning and every night before I go to bed, I walk back in the room where I found and I see her laying on the floor. Like I can't never get out of that room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like every morning when I wake up, it's one of the first things that hit me. Like I see my mama laying on the floor. Every night before I go to bed, I'm like, fuck, you know, sometimes I can't even sleep. You know, I see myself going in that room and finding her all over. It's like, so you relive it over and over and over. And here's the wild part is I found my phone might hang up again, man.
Oh, you all right. I got
the wild part is
okay.
I found 30 years ago, I found my mother's mother.
Wow. Okay.
You know
That's
what I'm
good.
saying?
That's family. It's family. Yeah.
Matter of fact, what's the day? July the 10th?
10th. Yep. Today's July 10th. My mother's birthday tomorrow. I know it.
Okay. So I found my granny dead July the 8th, 1991.
Wow. You like,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man.
And that's my mama's mama. So I found her July the 8th, 1991. So then 30 years later, January 9th, I found my mother. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so,
it's so deep because it's like with my father when he passed in 2006, and you probably can feel what I'm about to say. I felt a lot of people came up to me, especially after that first year, because I shut everything down. I was like, I shut everything down because I know how close we was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people say I look like him, which I probably do. But long story short, people's like, well, how'd you get through that time? You know, how'd you get? I said, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Something I learned a long time. It was two things told to me. The first one is the body's gone, but their spirit and soul lives in me forever.
Oh,
my father's spirit, soul. Right. The body's just gone. The spirit and soul is always in me forever. And I'm gonna tell you something that I thought was pretty funny. It was the one thing that loosened me up at my father's funeral was my uncle, my father's brother. They was like left, right. He said, man, I'm gonna tell you something. And this is at the funeral, the day of my father's funeral, and he loosened me up. I'm like, man. He said, man, I'm going to tell you something. You know, I love your father. I love your father. If I'll do anything for him. He said, but I am pissed at him. I said, you pissed him on his funeral? He said, yeah. He said, because, man, he done left me down with all you damn fools in the family. And I looked there, I said, boy, that is real. He said, he's up there chilling, and we down here still got to deal with these fools in the family in the world.
That's what I said.
And I was like,
mama.
He's right on point. That loosened me up right there. I was like, okay, you got me, yeah. But on that note, man, hey, man, before I sign off, just tell everybody how to get in contact with you, your hand on everything and everything, because it's been great. I appreciate having you and hope to have you back again, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. And I just want to tell you, man, thank you for the opportunity, man. I appreciate it, man.
You know, come on now.
Yeah, you can find me at Eric Kimbrough, ERIC, last name KIMBROUGH. Everybody calls me Kimbrough. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. It's at E_KIMBRO because somebody already had my name. And then find me on Twitter at Eric Kimbrough, one word. And then shoot, man, that's pretty much, you can find me anywhere on social media. But I got shows coming up next week. July 21st, I'll be taping for Sirius XM. August
wow, that's
7th.
good. Good stuff.
August 7th, I'll be in Hopkinsville for their little Black weekend. And then August the 16th, I'll be in Chattanooga. So yeah, man. So we just trying to roll, man. We just gonna try to keep it going. It's coming back since the COVID. And
Yeah,
be on
it
the,
sure is.
you know. So just be on the lookout, man. Just be on the lookout.
Man, because I really enjoy having you. And let me say this, for the Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast, if y'all want to check it out, go to YouTube or Facebook Live. Also, if you do want to get in contact with E, hey, just hit me up. I know his number. Right. Yeah. Just hit me up on YouTube or whatever. Right. Just hit me up on 2Chat Mess, and I'll turn you on to him, because I know a lot of people are always looking for comedians to do shows or whatever. So, hey, just hit me up, and I'll turn you on to him. But with that said, man, it was truly, truly great to have you on my podcast.
Thank you, bro.
Keep doing keep doing you, and keep doing what you're doing. I'm loving what you're doing, man. Like I said, I'm just a big fan of comedy, stand-up comedy, and acting both. So I support people that are out there trying to do it. I just love comedy, period. I love the art of it. I love the art form. I always have from day one. And I will continue to do it till I die, because I love it. And I love making people feel good inside and forgetting about their bills and their problems in the world. Right. And when they come to see me, that's the best thing I can do. That's when I really give my love to my father who's passed. And I always think about him and my grandmother. That's when their spirit really hit me, because like, you go do what you were put on this earth to do. You go do that. And that's where I go out there and do it. So with that said, man, yeah, like I said, I enjoyed having you. Keep doing Eric, man. I'm gonna keep, I'm always coming to your shows and just come support. We support each other. And keep doing what you do, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, man. And I'm the Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast. See y'all again, second Saturday of the month. And much love to check out Eric Kimbrough when you can, and keep supporting comedy. I appreciate y'all. I always like to leave a little something positive. Here's the most positive thing I can leave with. Quit worrying about other people. Just worry about you, and you will see the reflection of the world in a lot better light. I love y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. The Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast. I'm out. I'll see y'all next second Saturday next. All right, E. Love you, man.
Shout out to the noobs. Peace, boy. Thank you, baby.
All right. No problem.
Peace.